Today's episode is sponsored by Humble 21. When you have that lonely moment and you just want to be to yourself and pull out a nice exotic cigar, fire it up and top it off with the Voila Premium Vodka. Always remember, distill to perfection, drink responsibly. Now let's get on with the show. Welcome back to another episode of the panel. And on this episode, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff that goes on in the background with photography and film. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff. But this is a power guru couple that I had to get inside of their studio. But I'm not going to introduce them. I'm going to let them introduce themselves on the panel. First, I'm going to start with the missus. Introduce yourself, and we're going to go from there.
My name is Shay. I'm actually a doula. I'm the owner of Portal of Life. And yeah, I'm pretty cool, down to earth. And I guess you'll get to know me on this podcast.
That's right. And she's a boss.
Nice to meet you.
Yes. And this is the mister.
This is Cologerro. I'm actually a videographer / photographer, so we're here to talk business and give you a little insight of what goes on in our world over here. I am the owner of Visionary Masterminds here in Houston, Texas.
Hey, you know something? A lot of people, they don't know this. First off, before I even start, where are y'all originally from? Because, I hear different stories, but I want to hear where y'all originally from.
Okay, let me start. I'm originally from Virginia Beach, Virginia, born and raised, all 30-something years of my life. Yep, so you want to go?
Uh-oh. Like me, the missus. She's like, okay.
Well, I'm from Jersey, but I lived in Virginia for a lot of years. So yeah, and now I'm here.
Yeah, how did y'all meet? I know this is all subject, but I want to know how y'all, because I like y'all energy and y'all connection with one another. And it's hard to have power couples that actually stay on the same level with business, family oriented. Man, y'all do everything together. But how did y'all actually meet each other?
We met on Instagram, crazy enough.
Social media.
Yeah, isn't it crazy? So we belonged to the same church at the time, and we had just never met each other. We, of course, had seen each other in passing before, but we had never met. But we met on Instagram, and it was like, wait a minute, don't you go to, we named it, and it's like, oh, man, that is you.
Yeah.
And so we just kind of spoke from there and found out that we had a lot in common, and intellectually we were kind of mixing. It was like, whoa, okay, you know about this? Well, wait a minute, you know about that? And just figuring out that both of us were kind of waking up at the same time. We thought that was pretty cool. And then we were both looking to leave our church.
Gotcha.
Same time.
And so for the same reasons.
Hey, look, sometimes them church homes, man, sometimes they make you think. But
yeah,
photography is a very, very big thing. I personally love photography because taking photos, to me, personally, tells a story. Every photo has a detail to a story. When I watch your videos, whether you walking out the house, whether you outside in the car or you with the wife, it's something about how you structure and put that together. How did you get yourself in that field of photography / video? Like, how did you what made you want to do that?
Well, I'll take it all the way back to the beginning. I started taking interest in it, man, I think it was like back in 2000 and somewhere 12, 13 back then. I bought a camera on...
What kind? Canon?
It was a Canon...
I knew it.
T7i or something like that, right? Beginner photography camera. A little cheap, but I bought it used from somebody, and I started playing around with the pictures and everything, and I had a friend that already had his camera, and he was doing it for a while, so I was like, okay, this looks kind of fun, I like to take pictures of things, so I started doing that, but then I never really had a chance to really dive deep into it because I fell on hard times with, finances, so I had to sell everything I had, even the camera. Fast forward to I guess during the pandemic.
Everybody come up on a pandemic.
Yeah.
That's when I actually had the idea of doing podcasts. Is
Really?
doing the pandemic. I
During the
promise you.
pandemic?
And people think I've been doing it for like years, but no. The pandemic, I actually started off. I wanted to do unboxing. Cause a lot of people do a lot of unboxing to they different items and stuff. And I still got a show I'm gonna do unboxings on, but that's what it actually originated from, unboxing. That's what I wanted to do. And one of the first cameras, when I first started, I originally wanted to do the iPhone, but one of the first cameras that I had was a Sony.
Tony, which one?
I had the A6.
Okay.
It was an A6 Sony, and they was telling me all the things you had to have with the camera. I didn't like it because I didn't want to keep on taking the lenses off, because you can swap the lens,
Right.
and if you want to shoot this, I was like, no, I don't think I'm in paying them. And I found out the price of glass and what it costs for those lenses, and if you drop one, no, I ain't want to do that, because the lens can get scratched, it can get messed up. But they say glass holds its value. I didn't know that those lenses, they actually hold their value. So when you went to your next camera, what camera was that?
Okay, so during the pandemic, I started making videos for Instagram, just doing skits and stuff like that around the house and everything. I started to catch a little wind, but then after a while, I guess I kind of got bored with being in front of the camera. I like doing the editing part more than anything. So I was using my phone at first. I had a Samsung, maybe I think S20 at the time.
Okay.
This is before I got a 22 plus. I started using that, and then I moved on to DJI Pocket Osmo.
I got one of them, man. Them things are
Yeah,
good.
they're pretty good, right? I seen somebody, that's what I could afford at the time. I was like, and it's 4K. I was like, all right, I can use that, and started using that, and got a couple gigs here. We'll talk about that later. And then moved up from that to, I was able to buy a Canon R10 mirrorless camera full frame. I was like,
That's a bad camera.
yeah.
It costs a lot.
Yeah, it was about 4 figures, not bad, just for the body.
Now, the missus, what did you say when he said he wanted to buy this camera?
Oh man.
Well, I'm big on timing. So when let's take it back a bit, during the pandemic,
Yeah.
when he expressed interest in making videos, and y'all got to go back and see these videos. Oh my goodness, the quality might be trash now that it's, a couple years down the road. You know how the quality changes, but it was good when it was good, And the videos were so silly and funny. He had people cracking up. He had people looking forward to inspirational videos in the morning, and it was always something like quirky in the video.
It was like
you know what I mean? It was just
like this. You remember Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood?
Yeah, I
kinda
like Mr. Rogers.
I bit off of that a little bit, but I had my own little twist to it. I had my little robe and a cup of tea, and I would say, Grand Rise or Good Morning to everybody, and I drop some inspiration and did it like a did you know fact or something. And
That's good.
sip my tea and,
To be honest with you, the best projects are recreated. Because, if it works the first time, if you recreate it, it's going to work the second time. And some people, they don't understand stuff like that. In doing videos like that, the audio was good, right?
Yeah. For what it was, yeah.
That's what the key thing people don't understand. You can have the crappiest video in the world, but if the audio is on point, you good. You can have the messed up, your video can be crystal clear. If your audio is bad,
Oh, man, your
ain't nobody
audio's
going
bad.
ain't nobody going to actually watch it. And from what I see, and I'm gonna go back and look at these videos after this podcast, because I personally want to see the videos in the beginning, because things like that we have to go back and look at, because they make us the people that we are right now. Because some people forget about where it came from. I always tend to go back to the old videos that I used to do. It shows me I came a long way from where I was up to now. That's key factor. So after the videos, what was the next thing? What was the turning point where you just say, "Hey, look, this is it"?
I would say, like I said, once I got into editing the videos and I really started to really enjoy editing the videos, it got so bad to where she'd be like, okay, you can, put it down for a while, or, it's just, you're always editing these videos, and I would. What you
She
what you about to say?
the missus holding her hand like she in the class. She's like, hold on, wait, let me stop
I
you.
got a little piece here.
Okay.
I want to throw in, he had a little bit of wind, like you said. He said he had some wind up under there.
Oh,
Those videos were doing well. He had I'm not gonna call it a fan base, but it was quite a few people that was looking forward to these videos. He decided, I love the editing so much. This is everything for me. This is like my happy place. I'm not getting in front of the camera anymore. And he shut it down.
I did. After only, a few months?
Only a few months of doing it, he shut it
traction.
down. And let me tell y'all, he had multiple characters that he played. Okay, take it back to Martin days where Martin played multiple roles and stuff like that. Yes, he had his own characters, okay? And then it was a separate character for the guy that motivated you in the morning. I'm just saying, he had so many different things going, and he just shut it down. He was like, videography is it, and some photography here and there.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, I believe in anything you want to do. I'm always going to support you. I supported him from the beginning. Mm-hmm. I got all of his startup equipment.
For my birthday,
for his birthday, I funded his whole thing. I said, let's do this. This is what you want to do. Let's do it.
Yeah.
But this man stopped those videos, and I've been hurt ever since, y'all. It's personal.
And it's crazy.
I need Snacks back. Go find out who Snacks is and come back, and I promise you, y'all gonna understand my pain.
And that's the thing that I really love about y'all. Y'all support each other. Mm-hmm. It is very hard to have a power couple because, in this business, you got your ups, and then you have your times when it's down, and then you have your times when it's really, really down, when it's very, very hard, when you have to make the decision. Because sometimes the women in the relationships, they understand our dreams and what we do.
Right.
But sometimes they have to give us a reality check. Bills don't stop.
Yes.
And you can't just always do everything for free. Us men, we always be like, let me hook them up and this and that.
Yeah.
I understand you want to do that. You wasting your gas. You're going to go meet this person. They don't want to close the deal. They keep going around the bush. Hey, we need to figure out something. And that's the thing that people do not understand in this business, in this field. Now, this is the thing that's crazy now. You said you did your own editing.
I did my own editing.
Adobe?
No. I started out using Power Director, something easy.
Oh, for real?
Power Director, yes, sir.
They still got that?
They still got that. They done changed up now. They did try to have it catch up with the big dogs now. You gotta pay for it. You gotta pay quite a bit for certain things to use.
We do DaVinci Resolve. Yeah. It's free. Certain versions of it is free, but if you want the real good thing,
you gotta pay.
Get a Blackmagic, they'll give you the whole thing basically for free. DaVinci was what we actually used, and I like the stuff in it. I wanted to start off and using something that the best use. A lot of the Hollywood studios, they do DaVinci. They don't really do Adobe no more because everybody and their mama was on Adobe 24/7.
Of course.
So for those out there that's listening, no, I'm not being sponsored by DaVinci. I just believe in DaVinci Resolve because it built our brand the way it is right now. And I always give credit to the software and the things that actually paved the way for us to be where we are. What I am digging is that a custom shirt that you made?
Oh.
Or is that something that you bought?
Yes, this is a custom shirt that's
the wife made.
Here. She came up with this slogan right here. What does it say?
It says, let me capture you.
Let me capture you with the camera in the front.
Hey, guys, I'm going to tell y'all straight up. I don't know if they got merch yet, but I'm telling you, I'm looking at this shirt. It has a camera on there. To me, it looked like it can be a Canon camera or either a Nikon. Most likely, I want to say a Canon or either a Nikon. And the words would have good, crisp text on there. It has like a 3D print. I would recommend anybody to buy that particular shirt, especially if you're in the photographic world and you like to do, that is like going to be a real good shirt. Do y'all sell that shirt? Is that shirt for sale or is one-on-one?
Not yet.
Okay.
But we can put it out there now.
Coming soon.
Look at the back of the shirt.
Oh, the back of the shirt.
Uh-oh, I'm finna see the back of the shirt. I don't know what the back of the shirt gonna say. He's taking his headphones off. I'm finna look at the back of the shirt. Let me see what it say.
Straighten it out.
Wow, it has visionary mind, mastermind on the back. His brand on the back of the shirt with the, hey, you know what would have been cool? This gonna sound crazy.
That
On the
sounds
back,
crazy.
QR code.
Oh, that's on the other shirt.
Yeah, that's on the shirt. It's
See? That's why they
on
call
the
them
other
mastermind.
shirt. The other
They-
shirt is a lighter color,
wow.
so you can see it and you can scan it better.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's why I told you that they power couples. Now,
You have to be.
what was the first big project like that actually just set it off? Like, what was one of the first projects that you remember that always sticks out? Because I heard stories y'all done told me
Yeah.
personally, but what's one of the biggest stories that actually stick out?
Well, it started when we moved here to Texas. Moved here to Texas, and I said, we're going to take this full time. This is what we're going to do out here in Texas, and we're going to make it big. And this first big job kind of fell in our lap, you know, in a sense, because, well, I say fell in our lap, kind of. Nobody wanted to take the job because it wasn't a paid gig. But I don't think they understood.
Those free gigs are good, man.
Yeah, this free gig right here opened the door, and we took off and then never looked back after this. Miss
Arab USA.
Miss Arab USA came here to Houston to tour Houston and the schools and stuff, and they wanted everything captured. The guy said they're looking for a videographer for 3 days. It's not paid, but you'll get a certificate, you know, with your name, and you get recognition and stuff in the video and all that stuff like that. I said,
Wow.
I was like, oh man, it's not paid. I need some finances right
Yeah.
now. But so I was like, I don't know. And I talked to the queen over here. I was like, what you think, man? It's free, but she was like, you're gonna do this. Yeah, you're gonna do it.
See, hold on, I gotta say this. This is what I like. This is what I like about this couple. She see the vision. She
Yeah.
could have easily said the average one would have been like, no, we're not doing it. They ain't paying us, we're not doing it.
Right.
Not knowing what came after that.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So she came into town. We met with them at a Cheesecake Factory the night before. They invited us out and paid for our dinner and everything. It was so welcoming. She was cool, down to earth person.
So y'all went to Cheesecake Factory?
Went to Cheesecake Factory, met her there, the producer there and everything. And
I gotta ask this question to the missus. What did you eat at the Cheesecake Factory? I gotta ask that question.
I don't remember. Did I eat?
yeah, he
did?
paid for our food. You know,
What
we
did I
ate.
get?
We ate.
I probably had something simple.
Did you have dessert?
No.
No, we didn't have dessert.
Man.
No, I'm simple. I won't even lie to you. And then we didn't know that they were paying for our stuff. We didn't know that. That's something that is a bit different when you are an entrepreneur, and I'm just throwing this little tidbit in there.
Yeah.
When you're an entrepreneur and you start having business meetings and business lunches, business dinners, things like that, usually someone will pay for everyone.
Yeah.
And that's really cool. You know what I mean? It is a way to kind of extend an olive branch, so to speak, to say, hey, let's eat together, let's have a meal together, and we can do business.
We appreciate you.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
I like that.
That's what a lot of people do. And so that was foreign to us because in
It
Virginia,
was.
we hadn't really experienced that. So coming here, I mean, I thought I'm just going to get something small, just something to munch on,
Man,
little French fries.
I'll
or
give me a
something.
kid's menu. I like, hey, man, let me
Yeah, like let me get something small. Let me get an Arnold Palmer, light ice, and we're just gonna rock it like that. And so when they said, "Oh, you want anything else?" and we're like, "No, we're good." They're like, "Okay." The guy got the check. We looking like, "Wait a minute, what my check?" And it was paid for. Oh my gosh, thank you. That
Yeah.
was nice. Thank you. And
He
then,
kept-
like
he
you
said-
said, they were so cool. They were so down to earth. We were sitting amongst wealthy people, put it that way.
Yeah.
And we didn't even know
And
it.
even,
Wow.
they were so cool and down to earth. And he was like, get anything you want. Let's
Get
go.
anything.
This guy ordered.
Everyone shared their
They
food.
ordered food and they didn't even finish it. It was like, I don't like that. Let's try something else. And just
That's how you know you. That's how you know. That's how you know
what I'm
you got
saying.
money. You rich when you say,
When
hey,
they
man,
bring
order
a
that.
plate
Nah.
out and you taste it and you offer it to everybody first, you want some, get some,
Yeah.
have some, no problem.
Yeah.
And then you take a bite and you're like, yeah. And so you keep talking and you just never eat it again. And you're like, you know what? Let's get something else. Excuse me. Yeah. Can we get a bottle of, and that one appetizer. Yeah, that. And you're like, wait, huh?
Wow.
Y'all, and then when we all get up from the table, we look back and it's a lot of food on that table. But the bill is paid and it's time to
I wonder
go.
how much the bill was.
I don't know,
Probably
but
a
he
few
didn't even
hundred.
flinch. He just pulled the card. I was like, you know.
I mean, the man opened it like this, put his card down,
And he
closed
looked
it,
at it.
and didn't even look
He
at it.
looked
Put
at
it
it,
down
just
to
put it
the side and continued the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
As if, so anyway, back to business.
Golly.
I said, okay, guess this is a different crowd. We had a guy there who he works in a high position at Cartier, for Cartier.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
And he's paid.
Oh my goodness.
Paid.
So
Yeah.
after this gig that kicked in the door, what made that gig so special when you, even though you doing it for free and the queen gave you her blessings, what made that gig special?
I think it was just having a chance to, well, first of all, like she said, we didn't experience people like this in Virginia. So having a chance to be around, what's the word I want to use? I don't want to say them kind of people, but people that, roll that way or what have you. Just
Pure-hearted people. I just put like that. Pure-hearted people.
Pure-hearted people who didn't look down on you because you wasn't on their level. They wanted you to actually be on their level. So, out of that we ended up shooting the whole weekend. I mean, even though I originally agreed to just do one night, and they said they didn't have anybody for the next day. It was like, would you want to come shoot the next day? I was
Yeah,
like,
you can take me back to Cheesecake Factory. I'll go again. I'm just saying. Hey,
Well, they did surround us with food.
Oh, wow.
We were kind of always surrounded with food
yeah. Even when we got
and
some,
opportunity.
yeah.
You
Words
feed a
of
woman.
wisdom. I mean, it literally, you asked, like, what made it so special? Everything. It was every small detail. We went to one spot to take pictures, right? Which is, it was
somewhere downtown.
Somewhere
It's a nice
downtown, but
neighborhood.
it was really
All the
nice.
Big houses. You probably know off of, what is that road? It's by the mall. It's by the mall. It's a neighborhood around there.
Man, the Galleria
Somewhere
got
around
so
the Galleria.
many.
Them mansions, them houses are huge.
Okay, yeah, they got some
probably
big
know.
mansions over there. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, I actually did a video shoot for Keon and his Zydeco Master Sugar Daddy.
Nice.
And it was at a mansion. It was somewhere close by Memorial, somewhere. You got to
Okay.
go back. These like big mansion houses,
Yeah.
and they like private big gates and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yep.
So I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Them houses are expensive, $1 million homes. To
Yeah.
be exact.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they had us over with the nicest of nice homes just to take pictures, just to do like
video.
short little quick Instagram reels. I'm like, whoa, really? Like, we're going over here for this? They had us everywhere. They did an event or they attended an event that we got a chance to go to. And that's where we met one guy who introduced us to another guy who
Yeah.
introduced us to a whole lot more. So
Yeah. Oh,
it
that
really
event,
opened
now
the
that
door.
event had money in there. Like the guy that threw the event was I forgot how many restaurants and stuff he owned, but he was a multi-billionaire or something like that threw the event.
Man, I would have kept his number.
Well,
man.
so he was the only one not giving out his number.
Yeah, he was a little.
He was I'm not going to say that he was snobby or
Yeah.
anything like that because
He
I
wasn't
didn't
rich.
talk to him, but it seems
He
like
just
he
like
was
a
a little
private
more
person.
reserved.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
am up here as far as status. I know a lot of people would want to be connected to me. I'm just going to go ahead and, kind of sit with the people that I know. And if somebody comes up and speaks, that's fine, but I'm not giving out any information.
Gotcha.
Yep.
He wanted to keep it to himself. He don't want to
Right.
be. Some people because they so used to people. Give me this.
With the
Give me this.
handout.
Give me this. Give me this. And he probably wanted to feel like, hey, I just want to be known as a regular person. If
Yeah.
you know me, you know me. I would be with my rich friends. I be with my rich friends.
Yeah,
But it was
that-
millionaires in
it was
there.
millionaires all in
He was
there.
the only multi-billionaire. But the rest of the people that was at his table, oh my goodness, they were all millionaires. It was so many people in that building that had wealth and they had knowledge and they had wisdom. They had opportunities under their belt that they could share, that it seemed like more of a networking event. Everyone was giving out their business cards.
That's the
and
key. That's what got us.
everything.
Like we in line waiting for food, and people just walked up. Was like, "How you doing? How you doing? Okay, sir." Strange cars, and it just walked off.
And then
I'm like,
walk off.
Wow.
That's
Like
like
it was that type of event. So you
networking.
saying what made this one gig so special? Do you hear all of these
I-
different
it-
things?
it's
in
money.
it?
It's money
It's money
floating
everywhere.
around.
It's money floating around. It's opportunities. And then we got a chance to talk to Miss Arab USA, and her name is Marwa Lalu, and she is really, really, really sweet. She has a big heart, and I think that just to see someone that had the opportunity that she had, being Miss Arab USA, to see that she wasn't stuck up. She
Yes.
wasn't
Yeah.
snobby. She was down to earth. She was ready to share, and then help uplift the next one. I thought that was amazing.
Yes. And a lot of people, I love it when they have a good status, but they're not afraid to share the knowledge and not look at somebody in a way, I'm up here and you down there. I don't want to talk to you. See, I love people like that like to turn back around and give people their credit while they're here and what they do. Now, after the event, I know things changed for you big time. What was
Yeah.
one of the very first, when you left that event, I know a lot of things went through your mind. Like, hey, look, man, we gonna do this and we gonna have, what was one of the next big projects that you actually end up doing?
Well, at the event, it was an event for like what, a police officer banquet or something. It wasn't even a networking event. That was the crazy part. But everybody
It
was there
wasn't
was just-
supposed to be.
It wasn't supposed to be, but people just networking. So I was there.
It was a
I had this-
cultural
I
event.
had this shirt on.
Wait, look,
you know?
throw that in. It was a cultural event.
Yes.
That's what it was. So
Cultural
they were
event.
all supposed to be getting together to speak about a specific culture and eat.
Gotcha.
Yeah. and
That's
eat.
it.
Oh, the food was amazing.
How did that turn out to be a networking event? We don't know.
We don't
But
know.
Continue.
But yeah, so I'm there. I'm recording with the DJI. This is when I had a DJI. I didn't have my Canon yet.
Wow.
So I did this whole project for this guy this whole weekend with the DJI Osmo Pocket 2.
Hey, you know something? I'm glad he's saying this. Goes out to all you people that want to do video and photo. See, he said he had just a pocket camera, man, a little small camera. He didn't have the $4,000, the $5,000 camera, the $7,000 Black Magic. The man turns back around. Wow. Only if y'all could see what I see right now. This look amazing. You guys, this is, you know what I say?
Yeah, I must.
It's not the video, it's the editor. The person,
Exactly.
the editor, is the person that can bring it to life. I don't
Exactly.
care what you film. You can have the baddest iPhone in the world. If you do not know how to edit that video, it ain't gonna come out right. And you can't depend on the built-in software, the cinematic mode. You can't depend on that stuff. It's the editing, the color grading,
All that.
the details inside of the actual video, the angles that you shoot. People don't pay attention to these small things.
And that's true because I see your work.
Yeah.
What you use, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
When you told what you
hey.
use for some of your shows, I'm like,
iPhone, man. I mean, hey,
man,
I truly,
All about the
that
editing.
iPhone 12 Pro Max has done us very well. We're not ready to retire yet. We're going to probably retire in another year. We're going to go to a 13, but right now, that 12 Pro Max did number of shows,
yeah.
documentaries, music. We shot a video for a girl named Tony Hickman. We dropped her video last month, and it took off very well. Everybody loves her video that she did against myself. We have so much stuff that we got planned in the future that we gonna actually do. We shot a video for a girl named China Boss Doll. She's working on getting music and stuff for her song. And we got a list of stuff that we doing for a lot of people, but that editing on those programs, that plays a key factor that people don't know. And those plugins, them transitions, people don't understand. You buy them packs. You get them packs where you want to do all the extra effects to it.
Yeah.
And all the stuff, man, that stuff plays key.
Yeah.
Now, after that project, what was
Okay.
the project that actually made you?
That's what made me, yeah. Well, I feel like that one, that one opened the doors, of course.
Okay.
And at that event, I met this young old man named Mr. Sadiq.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, he opened the doors. He introduced me to another guy that ended up being our first contracted client.
Yeah, and before you say that, shout out to Nolan Davis. I seen y'all
Yeah.
at his event when he had
Yeah.
his event, and it was big. It was open up. Y'all actually was one of the few that was there.
Oh, yeah.
And we met at my old studio.
Right.
And we sit down and talk. And then when Nolan said he had his event,
Yeah.
while I'm
There you
walking
go.
down the opposite end, y'all look, hey, I'm right here. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, man. And we went to Nolan event. So you got your first contract.
First contract, and that was pretty big for us. And
I have a slight interjection.
Okay.
I think doing the event with Miss Arab USA was great, but I think you got to give some credit. We ended up in a really dynamic situation. You, babe, if you remember, you met someone online in one of your groups. And come to find out, this person lived just like 2 buildings down from us. And the guy had experience. He had so much equipment. Oh my goodness. He had thousands of dollars worth of equipment. And he really took the time to make sure that you were sharp, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
To make sure that you knew some things.
Man.
He took time to drop jewels. And he said, hey, come along with me and I'll show you the ropes.
You're right. Was that before, Miss?
I think that might have been before Miss Arab USA. It just wasn't the biggest thing because you have to gain experience sometimes to kind of, put the method to the,
that's like me. When I actually wanted to this is when they had the iPhone. The iPhone, it was the 10S. I met a young man that played the video game with my brother and my son. His name was, they call him Shazi. I call him Shaz. Some people call him Shazelle Bush. We actually started out together with he had if I'm not mistaken, and Shaz don't kill me, I think it was either a Canon or either a Nikon. Okay. I think it was a Canon, if I'm not mistaken. And we shot, one of the first clients that we actually shot was actually at a club. We went to a club here in Houston. I don't remember the name of the club, but we shot at a club. And I do remember this group called the Hamiltons or something like that, because we shot this commercial for these people and everything. And that's when I wanted to actually learn with the camera. Okay. But the whole time I'm talking to him, I'm specifically telling him, iPhone, man, we need to do the iPhone, man. This is gonna work. And he was real big on that camera, man. And he actually preset me on the journey of where I am right now. And when she said credit, it made me think, like, we have to give credit to the people that looked out for us in the beginning. Regardless if you do business with them or not, regardless of how it went, you give credit when credit is actually due. And I wanted to throw that out there. So you basically had somebody 2 apartments down.
Right next to us.
Wow.
I joined this group called Houston Videographers, and
I
responded to an ad. They were looking for a second shooter they could train and help out with their weddings and stuff like that. And so I responded to it, and I ended up talking to the woman, and she said, "Well, we need to meet one day and talk things out." And she asked me where I stay. I was like, "I'm in Springs." She's like, "I'm in Springs too." And she was like, "Well, where exactly are you?" I was like, I gave her my location and everything. She's like, "You know what? I think we're neighbors." And I was like, "Oh, yeah?" She said, "Yeah, I stay in Elevate right next door." And I was like, "Yeah, we are," the whole time. So I was like, okay. I'm thinking like, oh, man, this is divine right here. This was meant, So we exchanged numbers, and I met with them, and they liked me. And I started doing weddings with them. And
the rest is history.
The rest is history. He started teaching me about composition and the rule of third, and
Yep, and when he was telling me about the rule of third, I'm like, man, you lost me. I tell you what I do. I'm not going to mess with the camera. I'm going to get somebody else to do the camera. I'm going to stick to directing and putting stuff together. Because when they start going into details and I got to bring the camera up, I got to change this, you got to stay within this, you got to balance this. I said, nah, I'm not doing all that, man. It's a lot. A lot of people don't know. People just think all you have to do is just pick it up and hit the button. No, it's more than that. It's not simple like that.
I'm still learning to this day.
Wow.
I'm still learning as I go.
You'll always be learning
always be learning, man.
Stuff changes.
Yeah, things change. Cameras change. Settings change.
Yes.
Programs change.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, you always have to stay in that learner mode, Yeah,
if you always want to get that refresher course, I hate to say it, YouTube. Anybody that know, you go to YouTube, type in what you want to know. boom, somebody's going to be out there that's going to tell you exactly, hey, this is what you do. This is how you change this.
Yeah.
So now
That's where I got my degree.
So
YouTube
now,
University.
hey, YouTube University is
Yeah.
good, man. Hey, you can get your bachelor's degree
Yeah.
and you can get your master's degree.
That's
hey,
right.
Whatever you, a lot of people don't understand. Some of the best work, some of the average teachers that's teaching in colleges, they're learning information from YouTube. And a lot of people, they don't know that. They're actually going. I saw a thing a lady had on YouTube. They pulled it down, but her professor was going to YouTube. He didn't know he knew the basics from 5 years back. He was going to YouTube teaching them off of the stuff he learned on YouTube. Yeah, man. He was actually teaching, and how the girl knew the way he broke his stuff down was the same way to a video she saw 3 days before. She knew it to the T.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah, but and they end up snatching the girl video down. I don't know if she got in trouble for because she had a vlog. You know, vlogs used to be real big.
Yeah.
She had a vlog, and they end up like actually snatching the vlog down and deleting her video post. I don't know how that actually went, but she exposed the teachings from YouTube because she felt like we pay money to go to college. You're supposed to be educated. If you're gonna go look to YouTube and let YouTube teach us, then why would I pay you to go to college? That don't make sense to me.
that's right.
So that's what she did. So now you get your first client.
Yeah.
Okay, so how
First paid client, yes.
First paid client.
Yeah.
So how
First paid contract.
first paid contract.
There you
There
go.
you go.
Okay, so when you got the news, did you and the Queen go together? You got the phone call. How did that actually go?
Yes, I believe we got the info from the Mr. Sadiq at the party, and we called and he arranged for a meeting to meet this guy. I think that's how it went. I can't remember too much. Or I think what it was, he just told us to come here. He's like, I need you to come here and take a couple of pictures, you know. And so I was like, okay, cool. So I went there. He would pay me a little something, for taking pictures. I'll be there for like 30 minutes or something. They had a meeting, just take pictures of them after the meeting. And he introduced me to the guy that we contracted with, and told him that he introduced me to him and said, this guy does, videography, and I believe he can help your company out and everything. And so we had a talk and discussed numbers and everything. And yes, me and the Queen went down there after we came to a conclusion, and signed the contract and, shook hands and went on from there.
And a lot of people don't know when it comes down to contracts, that's a very important thing. And in this business, a lot of people don't understand contracts are made for you and the other party to come together to have an agreement on something that you actually do.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think because a person signs the contract, that is always going to be peaches and cream, and they don't always look at the good and the bad side to it, because there's always a good side to a contract and there's always a bad side to an actual contract. Sometimes people meet the actual contract, and sometimes people breach their contract,
Oh, yeah.
and they don't meet it, and it's actually a minor setback. And sometimes people think because they don't want to do something abide by how the contract actually goes, they feel like that I don't have to do business with you. I'm busy doing something at the moment, and it don't work like that because you play with people's livelihood, especially when you agree to do something and you don't do that. And just because you have a personal thing on your end don't mean I should have to actually suffer. And then when the Queen has to come in and she has to clean up and do this, your advice to anybody that actually deal with contracts and they do business with anybody, what advice do you, Queen, have about that?
Read your contract. Again, I say, read your contract.
Yes.
Comprehend your contract. Grab a dictionary if you do not understand a word, and comprehend your contract. Read your contract before you sign. Read your contract, comprehend your contract before you sign. Yes, I'm saying it on purpose in that way because I need people to understand your average person does not read your contract. When you go and say, you know what, I'm going to get a new cell phone and I'm switching to, I don't know, Verizon. They give you a contract. You just accept terms and conditions and sign it. You don't realize that they're saying, hey, if you don't pay off our phone, if you don't pay us our money for our phone, we're going to take the phone and charge you double the amount. You don't realize, and I don't know if that's what it really says, don't hold me to it, but just saying you don't realize what it says because you just accept the terms and conditions. And I think a lot of the times people look at whether it be videography or getting their hair done or, signing for a house, getting a mortgage. They look at it all the same. Like, oh, it's just a bunch of words. I mean, if this is what I want to do or if this is what I want to have, I got to sign it anyway. So they just sign, not realizing that you have to read your contract before you sign. Once you sign, that is a legal binding document. And if you decide, you know what, this isn't working for me anymore, this isn't what I want to do, that's perfectly fine. That is not an issue at all. But there's a thing called a contract.
That's right.
And it has, rules and regulations that have to be abided by. And when you decide that this isn't what you want to do anymore, you have to go back to that contract to see, wait a minute, what does it say? What does it say will happen from this point forward?
Almost like a termination fee. Like when you do a cell phone and you leave, if I don't want to be with AT&T and I get ready to actually leave, and so far I only put $400 on this iPhone, but I owe $1,000 and they got their contract out for 2 years at $33.95 a month. If I leave, I have to pay it off. If I don't, not only is they going to blacklist that phone, I can't use that phone, and they're going to turn back around and bill me for that phone plus interest. And a lot of people, they don't understand that. They feel like I don't want to be with them. I'm going to go to T-Mobile because T-Mobile got a better service. Okay. T-Mobile back in the days used to pay your phone off. A lot of the carriers used to do that. Now they don't do that no more. A lot of carriers won't, or they will, but they'll pay a certain amount. They may pay
they have a limit.
up to $500 or $600. Some say $700 a day actually pay, but you are still responsible to pay the actual rest. And a lot of them won't even pay your phone off until you with them for a certain amount of months or like at least 30 days before they actually pay it off. And once again, she's giving you free game. Read your... They always say if you want to hide something from a person, whether you black or brown, hide it in a book. Hide it into a document. That's because,
People don't read.
We don't like to read. We feel like, man, they say I can get the new iPhone for $75. I'm finna get the new iPhone. But you fail to realize, you get the iPhone for $75, but you getting an iPhone, but you got to be on that contract for 3 to 4 years. But they're breaking it down and telling you, you only paying this right here. Some carriers don't charge you anything, but still, you're locked in, and then you got a fixed rate. Okay, go ahead, Queen.
What people fail to do a lot of times, and this falls on the black and brown community most of the time, we say, I'm fed up with it. I'm done. I'm finna go somewhere else. I don't want to do this anymore. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and pay up. Just pay up. Just pay it off. Say, you know what? Yeah, I did want to go to T-Mobile. They had a better deal. So if I got to pay Verizon $600, oh, well, so be it. You know what? Next check, I'm paying them off, and I ain't going to owe nobody nothing. That's really what we should say. But no one says that. We all say, whatever, I'll pay them when I pay them. They get their money when they get it. You know? And meanwhile, now you done messed yourself up moving forward. So with these contracts, like I said, whether it's a phone, whether it's videography that you're paying for or your mortgage or whatever, you have to read your contract.
Especially these mortgages. These mortgages, y'all don't understand. It's a difference between a fixed rate and adjustable. So some of you do not know what adjustable has its goods and it has its bad. One point, your rate can be, your mortgage can be $1,200 a month. 5 months from now, it can drop down to $800 a month. Another month after that, it can go up to $2,000. Whose fault is that? It's your fault because you don't know how the economy is and you don't know how the market is. The market can be down, it can be up. So if you want to be set, you get what they call a fixed rate. Fixed rate is stuck like that for 30 years. It's going to be stuck just like that unless you have something, once again, in your contract that you have to read. Sometimes Chase Bank may have the loan. Wells Fargo may buy the loan.
Right.
Guess what? It switches over. People don't understand that and they don't read that. And that's what really messed them up. That's why we be behind so much. Now,
I think that's what messed him,
Yeah.
our first client up. I don't think he read the contract.
yeah, and you know, we're not here to bash anybody. We won't
No.
say anybody names. But, a lot of clients, they don't like to honor their stuff.
Right.
So after this incident, what was the point? Because I know you and the Queen went back to the lab, and I know y'all actually talked about going on in the future. What are y'all going to do different when it comes down to a contract? How are y'all going to change it up?
To be honest, it wasn't really much to change. I need people to read their contract. Our contracts hold up in court. Our contracts are pretty good. We've touched up little things here and there just over time that we realized this part isn't going to work for us, or we can fine tune this over here. So we've done that, yeah. But for the most part, I mean, our contracts hold up. It's the people on the other end that have to abide by their portion. And so, I mean, you either abide by it and you get a great product, you get your videos, your photos, and everything that you paid for, and it's great. Or, we'll see you in court, unfortunately. And that's not something that we would ever promote. But to be honest, I think that each and every person in the world should protect themselves.
That's
it's
right.
not to be selfish. It's not to, spite anyone. It's that you should protect yourself. And for all of the people that are listening, if you're trying to be an entrepreneur or you are an entrepreneur, you have to protect yourself out here.
That's right.
Especially when you're dealing with people and businesses.
Yes.
Because that's the thing, too. You're not just always dealing with just one person, auntie's friend type of thing. Sometimes you're dealing with businesses, and even then they can still be unprofessional. Even then they could still sign a contract without reading it.
Yes.
And make those little mistakes that you have to now say, okay, what do we stand on as our entrepreneurship, our business, our little startup, as we call it, what are we going to stand on? Are we going to make that person pay for what they did? Are we going to hold them accountable like T-Mobile will hold us accountable?
Yep.
Or are we going to treat our little business like a little business?
No.
Yes.
Definitely.
We got to have some big business about ourselves and say, let's protect ourselves out here. And for all of you, read your contracts. I'm going to continue to say that.
I love that because we need to. People just think certain things is all about you, my homeboy, you, my friend. I got you. Don't worry about it. When you're talking about money, I did some after that incident with you guys, and I talked to you guys about that. I went and did some changes myself.
Yeah.
I want all my money up front. I ain't waiting no more. Because if you be honest, when you do something. Sometimes people take your kindness from your weakness.
Yeah.
And it's always important to actually have that person in your corner on your side. So you have a queen that's on your side that don't allow nobody to take advantage of her king. And some people, they don't understand that. Men, we'll let you slide. Man, we'll let you slide and we'll be like, all right, man, I'll come back. Queen gonna say, no. We going to go see them because at the end of the day, if this money ain't paid and them lights is off, you going to be outside in the car.
Yeah.
Because I'm not finna sit outside in no dark. I'm not finna be locked out of my home. I'm not finna, and people don't understand that. Just because they have problems and they make it seem like it's not coming, that has nothing to do with us.
Right.
We got bills to be paid too. So if you can't understand that, then this is the wrong business for you, man. Don't get in this business. Don't ask for no photography. Don't ask for no films. So what is the next thing that you did after that contract?
Well, after that contract, we just had to shake that off and we took that as a nice learning curve in business 101, you know? And so we just
Never
said,
depend on one client.
yeah.
Okay.
Even though that one client.
Even if that one client pays you very well.
Yeah.
Never depend on one client.
Stay busy.
Never stop grinding just because you got something comfortable, secure, or that keeps your schedule booked even.
Yeah.
Still have somebody on the back burner that you could say, you know what? I know somebody that said, hey, they were ready for some work in another month or two. Always keep somebody there.
Yes.
Because having just one can mess you up.
Yep.
We learned.
We learned that. So from there, we like I said, we changed a few things in our contract. And we said in the future, this is how we're gonna roll with this. We're gonna make sure the person reads over it before they sign anything, before we send an invoice for the deposit or what have you. And ever since then, we didn't really have no problems.
And I watch so many. I watch it. First off, I hate to say this. I be stalking his Instagram because when I be watching. No, because I watch the videos that you do.
Yeah.
I watch the promos. I even seen the little commercial you shot for somebody for Amazon, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they do it for Amazon. Yeah.
I'm a fan, so I watch it. Some people, they don't watch. I watch.
Yeah.
And I know you watch my videos. You and your wife, y'all share my stuff. So I watch stuff like that, and I look and say, man, this is amazing. This man don't let minor stuff set him back for his major comeback. So that stuff don't bother him. And I see y'all keep y'all head up. Yep. Y'all not on social media online, bad-mouthing people, saying this about somebody. Y'all just turn back around and keep it smiling and keep it moving and keep doing what y'all doing. Now, I do notice me and you talked about some stuff about going into the film, in the film world.
Yeah.
And so when you said that, I was like, that'll be real good, man, to shoot you a film. I would love to collaborate with you.
Definitely.
Because this is the actual new thing that's coming up. Film and podcasting is taking over. Your voice and your visual is the thing that you want the world to see. If you were to shoot a film, what type of, you want to shoot a short film? You want to shoot like a...
I think I want to start with a short film. I shot a few very, very short films, just around the house playing around. And I feel like after watching a few short films and stuff on Tubi, I was like, I could do this.
Yeah, because I heard you talk about the post on
Tubi now. Come on.
I can't, but I was like, people are actually sitting here I'm seeing people post about watching these films on Tubi and how they're like, I don't know. I think these people just throwing things together, and not to bash them. I mean, they took their time and put things together and put it out there. Kudos to them. But I know, my work and what I can do. So it's like, hey, put me in the right place with the right people. It can make something happen. My mind, as far as putting something together, writing a film, a story, it isn't there.
Well,
I would love to shoot it.
I can tell you the secret with me. A lot of people ask me why some of my shows be so good. And I tell them, number one, I don't write them. I write them in my head. So I will give a scenario to the person that's gonna come on set. I will never tell them the night before. I'll tell them show up. They'll show there, and I say, listen, all I need you to do is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and I guarantee you it's gonna come out right. They may look at me. I say, just hey, prime example. I had a scene that's actually out on the last episode of The Outsiders. On this particular scene, I took this gentleman. He's a barber, cut hair. Used to be an ex correction officer for Harris County.
Okay.
I told him, I say, look, this is what I want you to do. we're going to go to the park. When we go to the park, I need you to walk up to the bridge. I want you just to look down, look to the left, come back, look in the middle, look to the right, and then put your head down. And then we're going to cut. And then he looked at me, and I said, now the next thing I need you to do is take your body. I need you to push away like you finna fall back. He said, okay. I say, now the next thing I need you to do is just lay down on the ground. That's all I want you to do is lay down on the ground and just stay like that. He said, that don't really make sense. I say, just trust me.
Yeah, you'll see it come together.
So after he did that, I took a whole nother day, told another dude, come on the set. We're going to go back to this park. We're going to go at the same time. When we go to this park, all I need you to do is unzip your gun. Show you're loading up your rifle. I need you to point the rifle over there at the park. But when he point the rifle, guess what? I got shots the day before. You see, it's like he actually point the rifle at the guy.
Yep.
And when he point the rifle at the guy, it goes to him. All of a sudden, he hit the shot. You see him load the gun, and when he hit the shot, it actually looked like he hit him and he fell on the ground. Put everything together, and when the guy saw the finished product, he was like,
whoa.
whoa, man, how you do that? I said, because I watch movies all the time.
Yeah, same here.
So, we watch movies. We see so many movies, people getting sniped, vampires, action movies. So pretty much like how you play all those characters,
Yeah.
you can do the same identical thing. Like I got this show coming out called Unorthodox. It's going to come out actually this month. It should be coming out. Probably like at the end of the month, I'm going to actually do it. But when I do that particular episode, that show is going to be, you ever seen the Spider-Man, the Enter the Spider-Verse? The Miles Morales, it's the Black Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Man, they
Kids seen
good.
it, yeah.
It gives you multiple worlds of Spider-Man. I'm going to have it on the Outsiders. You see all these different characters. What would it be like if Lieutenant Hickman, the lady that plays the detective, imagine if she never was the detective. Imagine if I never was the outsider. Imagine if I was the cop. I'm going to switch everybody roles around. I'm going to add different stuff, but I'm going to tell stories like it's in a different dimension every time. It's going to be a bad TV series, man. It's going to be really, really good. It's going to be real.
How did you come up with this?
Man,
After watching?
I watch movies,
Yeah.
and I try to do things that people don't normally do, and things that make people think like, man, this would be nice. Yeah, I like this right here, man. This is gonna be cool. If short films can be easy. Let's say if you've done a short film on photography. Let's say you have a guy that he loves to take a picture, and he actually approached different people at the park, walking outside. And all of a sudden, he go take pictures, and he go to a wall with a lot of graffiti. He run into some thugs. All of a sudden, the thugs actually snatches his camera and breaks his camera. Now he's depressed. He goes back home. His spouse tells him, I never liked it anyway. I told you that was actually dangerous, but you wanted to do it anyway. The guy turns back around, goes to the shop to get the camera fixed. The guy tells him that to fix the camera was going to cost him twice what he paid for the camera. A guy walks in looking for that same camera. He needed a part out of it and was willing to pay the guy exactly what he paid for it times 2. The guy takes the money, buys a brand new camera. In the process of buying a camera, somebody asks him, do he shoot? He says yes. He ended up shooting a Hollywood film. When he comes back on, he's sitting behind a director's chair. See, I can think of it in my mind. And just me telling you that, and like a short film, you'd be like, whoa, that'll be a good story, because it tells a story of everything, and that can be told in less than 10 minutes. You can break down scene to scene. Yeah. Boom, there it is. Short film, ready to go. And it's done. Easy and simple. You want to shoot it? We can shoot that, man.
We might have to, because that one was...
And you can call it Visionary Minds.
Yeah.
You can actually call it that, because it's a visionary, because you can start off with the wife didn't really too much care about it, but she felt like it was dangerous, but she was telling him no, but he loved to shoot people, random people he loved to shoot. That'll be a good short film, man.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, she said, I'm gonna do
okay.
One thing about the queen, she gonna hold you to it. Because if you tell her you gonna do it, she gonna say, Lil Ron, I remember I was in your studio and you told my husband you was gonna do this. Now don't turn back around and say we gonna do this. This is what's gonna cost you. You didn't say that. Now, do we have to pull out a contract for you like we do everybody else?
Make sure you read that contract too.
Yes.
Make sure you read it, because if you're late, it's a late fee.
Yes.
Man.
Now, this is the thing I want to know.
Okay.
I know you're going to shoot a short film, and we are going to assist you in doing that. We're going to figure that out.
Okay.
What is the future for y'all company?
Well, when I first started this company, I had a visual. And I had this visual of having a team. That's why it's Visionary Masterminds, having a team of like-minded individuals, that's, all our minds come together and we're able to create this just masterpiece of videos for our clients all around the world, not just in Houston. I want to be able to travel wherever you need us. I could send a team here maybe, or send a team there, LA, New York, Moscow, China or something, wherever, the tropical wedding, wherever you need it for an event. And I wanted to have I had this vision of an office where we work daily, where we're editing videos or coming with ideas or just putting out ads or, doing whatever we need to do to make sure our company stays afloat and we're flourishing and getting out there. So I think that's kind of like in a short story, I would say that's a short form of it to be, successful in that way. But in a bigger picture, I don't know, as far as doing films, if that's something that I really want to end up doing it in the long run. At the end, is doing films. 'Cause I know that's that's where
That's where the
money is at, and people like watching movies, and I like to watch movies too. I wouldn't mind doing a film. I try to do like I said, I've done a couple of short videos, just with a couple of people around the neighborhood, and
you know what you ought to do. If I film almost every day. Come on set with me, you and the wife one time when we get ready to shoot The Outsiders.
Outsiders, okay.
And you watch me in action, and when you see, I promise you, it's gonna make you think like, this is all this guy do? When I take it and I put it together and you actually see it, it's gonna make you think like, wow, okay, this is gonna work, man. I can take this and I can actually do this. For us, the editing part, you don't have to wait. We got tons. Even the computer that's in this studio. And the computer that's set all the way down, got a 5K Mac down there. Anytime, I told you from day one.
I know it.
Anytime you want to use our stuff, it's yours. We have a whole room in there. We got all the lights a person can actually dream of, all the rigs, whatever you need. If we can help you, I'm going to help you because I know when I first started, we didn't have nobody to help us. And we had to figure it out on our own. Now that we are blessed and we're fortunate, I don't mind, man. Hey, you want to use it? That's cool. Hey, can you help me on this project? Yeah, man, that's cool. We got the call a few weeks ago. A lady had a guy had a contract with Netflix. We shot footage for somebody documentary with Netflix. We got one of them contracts like Verizon, but the people paid. They gave us money, man. Man, they didn't. Then they paid up front. They didn't argue. Then the video
I like them kind of
from the documentary was messed up. Because the guy, collar, had messed up. He ended up flipping his collar the wrong way. The people paid us to go back to redo it all over again. Even though we was going to do it for free, they gave us money. They let us go back and redo it all over again. The cool part about it is, out of anybody in the world, they picked us. And I have to give a big shout out to Sierra Sanders because she set the play up in motion for us to actually do this. And I was going to do it basically for free. I was going to do it. But when the people set it up, and I was like, man, this is cool. The lady called. They communicated. Then my camera guy, the first time, gave him a $100 tip. He was shocked. He couldn't. He said, then they gave him $100. He went by himself. He helped. The second time he went back, the man gave him another $100 tip.
Oh, my goodness,
Come
man.
to find out, billionaire. The guy is a billionaire. So the first thing I said is, did you get his number? He didn't get it the first time, but he got it the second time. And I'm like, man, that's why I said, man, you always got to get the number because you never know what stuff those people can need.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's say somebody say they want photos. We're going to send them his way because K don't do a lot of photos. We shoot a lot of video, but if somebody come along and say, I got a graduation I want to do, I'm going to send them, hey, man, call this guy right here. That's where it's supposed to be. Networking, where we all can come together.
Exactly.
That's right.
Now,
that's it.
Tell the people how they can find you on social media.
Well, you can find...
Before he say that, I have to say this. Do not inbox this man. Do not ask him, is he single? So let me make sure I say that because, women will do that. I have to say that. They will do that. Do not inbox him, ask him, is he single? Please do not get to his wife inbox and ask her, is she single? If you are ready for that New Jersey to come out, and this ain't Texas now, if you want the New Jersey to come out.
Brick City.
There you go. You tried it if you want to. Now, how can they find you?
You can find us on Instagram at visionary_masterminds, minds with an S at the end.
Okay. Now, do you have YouTube?
I don't have a YouTube yet.
He got one coming. I'm going to make sure that.
Coming. I got one coming.
Oh, yeah, the
matter of
video's already in the
video's
works.
already in the works for the YouTube. I could tell you guys, but who knows when it's going to drop. You know, I got a YouTube channel coming out.
Okay.
But if you follow our Instagram, you'll know when it's going to drop.
Exactly.
There it is.
There you go. I ain't got to tell you.
Hey, didn't I say that's why I told you she the queen, man? The queen is always on top of it.
Dang, baby, you be on it. I love it. But yes, on Facebook, on Instagram is Visionary Masterminds. On Facebook, Instagram is Visionary_Masterminds.
Okay. Coming up, the holidays coming up for Christmas.
Yes.
Quick question I do want to ask.
Okay.
Are y'all going to have, people want to take Christmas pictures?
Yeah.
Are y'all going to have any specials like that? Any package deal for Christmas? Because, people going to be looking to do certain things.
Yes.
We do, or we will, I should say. But this year, we're doing something a little bit different.
Uh-oh.
We're trying to get people to get into the idea of getting photos taken, absolutely, because we all want it digitally. But we also want to push them to print things out because as we see year after year, the quality changes of your old things. So if you recorded something back in 2010, the quality is not the same. It's probably grainy. It looks crazy. But if you printed out that picture in 2010, I'm sure it still looks good. You can still recognize everything because you capitalize on that time. So this year, we want to get people to take pictures, have it digitally, print it out, and make a short video. Why? Because it's nothing like seeing your loved ones around the holidays. You know, they light up differently. And when we lose a loved one, seeing a picture, it means a lot, and it can definitely hit that soft spot.
And brighten your day.
But watching a video, watching that person laugh and have a good time, that makes a person kind of feel uplifted and feel like, okay, maybe I don't have this family member physically here anymore, but just looking back on the videos, man, oh man, we had a great time.
Yes.
That's what we want to bring to people this year. So we want different types of packages. Of course, if someone wants photos only and they're saying, hey, I just need something quick digitally, of course, we're not going to turn them down. But we just want to give people a different perspective and not just looking at the prices. Granted, we're never going to take advantage of people. We don't do things like that. Our pricing is always reasonable. But it is to say, I want people to see the value in spending their hard-earned dollar to have a memory, to have time frozen.
That's
for
right.
them.
And people don't understand. You get what you pay for.
Yeah.
If you want good quality, it's going to cost you. Like you can go out there and go buy that Gucci, that Louis Vuitton bag, those Michael Jordan tennis shoes, that Fendi bag. Spend your money with people that's going to work with you, not somebody that's going to give it to you. Now, if you want something done for $50, it's not going to happen. Don't even waste your time even calling. Pick your cell phone up, take your own picture.
There you go.
But if you want something, I got something I want to do with my three-wheel family bike group.
Okay.
I'm thinking for the Christmas holidays, I'm going to reach out to the hospital with the kids that have cancer, and I want to brighten their day. We're going to get a whole bunch. We're going to do like a little toy drive, and we want to be able to go there and actually give the toys to the actual hospital. I want to see if we can partner with y'all, and you can come and take photos and stuff, and hopefully I can link you with the cancer hospital because those photos, they may want to purchase those photos for those children that's in the hospital. I mean, that's a good way to actually network with them. And I ain't going to do the talking. I'm going to let the queen do the talking. I'm just going to say, hey, this is the hospital. Tell them what we want to do. I'm going to let her broker the deal from there because I know she going to know how to talk, represent. She's going to go in there. She's going to get the job done. She's not going to play around with you. She's going to say, hey, look, this is what we come here to do. We want to knock this out. We want to do this. Can we come this? And we're going to have this for these kids. The guy's going to come by in a motorcycle. I'm going to have him to take the photos. We can do the videos or whatever you wanted to actually do. Boom, and go from there.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think that sounds like a great idea.
And that'll get a lot of people to not only donate and invest into Mastermind, into your actual brand. That's going to make people look and say, hey, look, these people right here, this is what they done. These people, they are doing this. And when you get back to the community, you never know what happened. You don't know. News media get a whiff of it. People talk about stuff.
Exactly.
They always so quick to talk about, there's more bad stuff they talk about than the good stuff. You rarely get people to talk about the good stuff.
Right.
So they know how to find you. Pricing, once again, if you follow the Instagram, You'll see the
You'll
price
see the
on
pricing.
that.
Definitely.
Can't tell you that part. But I guarantee you, he will have some type of trailer coming out before the end of this year. You got my word. Because I'm going to work with him, and we're going to be working the next few weeks off and on, coming together, figure out how we going to do this.
Yes.
But your short film, we going to, whether it's 5 to 10 minutes,
Yeah.
all I ask is you guys go to his Instagram, subscribe to his YouTube when he put it up. Please give him your honest opinion when you watch the short film. He gonna leave the comments section open so you're able to say what you want. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Tell him what you didn't like, and then he'll come back with something. He may have a part 2 to it, or he may do something else after that. So you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. Honest opinion is what I really like, and I know you guys like the same identical thing.
Of course. Of course.
So
That's
that being
right.
said, Queen, do you want to add anything before we get ready to close?
Read your contract. Understand your contract. Comprehend your contracts.
Reading is fundamental. You know, some people.
Reading is
Yeah.
fundamental. Hey,
Yes.
you know something? A lot of people don't like to read. A lot of people don't like to write. But if you be honest about it, you know, it can get kind of boring talking to people here and there. It's the same old thing. If you look at social media, it's the same cycle every year. It's always some drama that happens.
Yes.
The government does something. Something happens in the music industry. Somebody drops a new song. Somebody is somebody's baby mama. Somebody got married. Somebody got divorced. It is the exact same thing.
Somebody's
Y'all,
phone got
life,
hacked.
Life is great. Don't get me wrong, but life is very repetitive.
Yeah.
And so if you could take the time to indulge in another world, read a book. Go read a book. Go find something that's going to really interest you. And the more you read, you'll read faster, you'll comprehend faster, and it'll help you in your, everyday life as well as with business.
That's right. That's what you got Alexa and Siri for. They help
read a
you.
book.
That's right.
Look, even go back and read your contracts.
Read your contracts. Hey, you'd
Go
be
back and read
surprised. Most of you out there that have cell phones, whether it be, Apple or Android, go back and just read your contract really quickly. As a matter of fact, just read the first 2 paragraphs, okay? And I promise you, you're going to learn something brand new and say, wait a minute, huh?
Hold up. I ain't signed up
But
for
guess
this.
what? You signed it already, so don't worry about it. Just remember to read your contract.
That's it.
Okay. Well, thank y'all for tuning into the panel, man. And I hope you
course.
guys actually have learned something. If you didn't, you got the Instagram to him. You can actually, I'm going to make him tell you the Instagram one more time before we depart. Tell them how they can find your Instagram again.
Yes, you can find us at
Visionary
visionary_masterminds.
masterminds.
Visionary
There you go.
_masterminds.
Until next time, thank y'all for choosing the panel. And I am so glad to have the king and queen in the building. Please make sure you guys support. Hey, that T-shirt is going to be on their Instagram. I don't know when it's going to get up there, but I told them to make sure they put that T-shirt on there, man. I will gladly appreciate if y'all can actually support them and buy that T-shirt. How much is that shirt going to be? Our price is not ready yet.
Not yet.
Prices
not
aren't ready yet.
Okay, well,
but
if
we're
you
gonna see.
you're on the Instagram, you're going to know the price.
Yep.
So you'll be able to bring one home for the holidays. Let me just put it to you like that. By the holidays, they'll be able to have what y'all can actually purchase, and it's going for a good cause.
I like that.
All right.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. Till next time, we out. Peace. Thank you for stopping by today.